Jenna.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good. Thanks for coming back in to see me today. How was the last week been?
Um, it's been okay. I did have three panic episodes. We were out to dinner and someone was must have been wearing like the same cologne as my ex because that smell just luckily I was able to, keep it together to be able to leave, but that was kind of embarrassing because we left in such a rush, but the other ones kind of happened at home, so they're a little more manageable.
Yeah. And I remember you saying before that that smell reminds you of the relationship that you had that kind of was abusive and things
Yeah.
of that sort. Okay. Well, it was very positive of you to be able to hold yourself together in that situation. Because you said
Yeah.
in the past that it was just really difficult for you to hold yourself together in the past.
Mhm.
So good. Thank you for sharing that so far. I also just wanted to remind you that this is a safe space for you. So you
Mhm.
can always share those situations, or if something makes you uncomfortable, we can always pause and take a break. And we also have the confidentiality. So whatever we talk about in this space stays between us unless you express that you want to hurt yourself or someone else.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
No.
Okay. Okay. So, um, so you were experiencing some panic in the restaurant, right? Around the sense. And
Mhm.
what were the other two situations at home?
One was having to schedule an appointment, and it would be in an area where I would be very likely to run into my ex. So that was very triggering. And the other one, um, it was a nightmare and it happened. I woke up out of a dead sleep and kind of happened then.
Speaking about those things, like in this moment, how would you say that those physically affect you, or how is your mood or comfortability right now?
Um, I definitely feel a little stressed having to think about those events, but also the thinking about the panic that came, I have to also think about the stuff that happened before. So that kind of makes me stressed and anxious.
Yeah, and that's totally normal to feel that way. So if you're willing to try this, I just want to practice a grounding tool with you.
Okay.
Um, if you just take a look around your room and see if there's anything that maybe brings you a little bit of joy, makes you feel comfortable or safe in your own space. Is there
Mhm.
anything that you can identify in your room?
So right over there, there's a painting that I absolutely love. It's actually of a place that my family used to go to when I was a kid. It's like a park. So there's like a river and trees and stuff in the painting.
Awesome. I love that. Okay, so if that is bringing you joy and makes you feel comfortable, even in our conversations, if you just need to take a break to kind of focus on that photo, kind of ground yourself and bring yourself back into the present so that we can come back, practice that. Does that sound like something we can do?
Absolutely, I think so.
Okay, great. So I know we talked about the panic attacks. You said that you were feeling a little guilty because of your profession, and
Hmm.
that's so normal too. And even people in this profession still have things that they work through. You were avoiding grocery stores,
Yep.
right? Because you didn't want it. Okay. So if you don't mind, I would like to do a little assessment, just so that it could point us in the direction of how we're gonna go about things moving forward. Um, it's to rate PTSD characteristics,
Hmm.
um, and it's an assessment that consists of 20 questions.
Okay.
Is this something that you're interested in completing?
Yeah, I'm willing to do that. Anything if it helps me, work through
Okay,
this.
awesome. At any point during the assessment, if you feel like the questions are too much, you can ask me to skip. You can take a break. You can do that grounding technique that we just spoke about. You just let me know. This is all going to be at your pace and what you decide you're comfortable with.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, of course. So I'm just going to pull that assessment up. Okay, so the questions that I'm going to ask you, they're going to be revolved around the worst event that is kind of triggering all of these panic attacks and feelings of stress and guilt. So, if like right now in this conversation, can you think of the one event that you want to refer to for these questions?
Um, so the relationship in itself was a very bad event, but the things that I think have probably been the worst was the physical, emotional, and like sexual abuse that I've experienced. I did experience like broken bones at one point, so I think that was probably the tipping point for me of trying to maybe get out and be safe. So although all of it was bad, like that was really, I guess, those things are like the top.
Right. Okay. And I'm so proud of you for getting out of a relationship that was creating negativity in your life like that. That's really hard. It must have been really hard for you. So, thinking about what you just mentioned, so the answers are on a scale 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can use the numbers as a scale, 0 being not at all, 1 being a little bit, 2 moderately, 3 quite a bit, and 4 is extremely. For your answers, would you rather answer with a number or the description?
Uh, Probably the number will be okay.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so the first question is, in the past month, have you had repeated disturbing or unwanted memories of that stressful experience?
I would say 4.
And let me know if you want me to repeat the description that correlates with the number. Number 2 is in the past month, have you had repeated or disturbing dreams of that stressful experience?
That would also be 4.
Have you had times where you're suddenly feeling or acting if that experience was happening again now, or if you were reliving it?
Um, I guess I would say 4. Yeah.
In the past month, how often were you feeling very upset and something reminded you of that stressful experience?
A 4.
In the past month, have you had a strong physical reaction when something reminded you of that experience? For example, heart pounding, trouble breathing, sweating, or whatever physical characteristic is personal for you.
4.
What? Do you think that you have been trying to avoid memories, thoughts, or feelings related to that experience?
4. Yeah.
Or what about avoiding external reminders of that experience, such as people, places, conversations, activities, objects, or situations?
4 as well.
Have you had trouble remembering important parts of the stressful experience? Do you think that you kind of like blocked out some of those events?
Um, I would say a 3 for that
Or
one.
have you been having strong negative beliefs about yourself or other people? For example, having thoughts such as that you are bad or there's something seriously wrong with you, no one can be trusted?
Probably like a 3. I would say a 3.
Okay. What about blaming yourself or someone else for that stressful experience or what happened after it?
Um, Definitely blaming myself. So 4 for that one.
What about what would you say for having strong negative feelings such as fear, anger, guilt, or shame?
Uh, 4 for that as well.
Do you think that you have lost interest in things that you used to enjoy?
Um, that one, not quite as much, maybe like a 2.
Okay. Have you had feelings of being distant from other people or maybe being cut off from other people?
I would say like 3.
How are we feeling so far with these questions?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for checking in. I'm doing okay.
Just a few more. Have you had trouble experiencing positive feelings, for example, not being able to feel happiness or having loving feelings toward people?
Um, Maybe like 2.
How would you rate your irritable behavior, having anger outbursts, or being aggressive?
Um, Maybe like a 2. I'm not necessarily irritable. I'm more just like anxious and stuff like that.
Okay. So do you want to scale yourself in the irritable and anger outbursts?
Um, I guess that one I would say maybe more of a 1 actually. I'm not.
In the past month, have you taken too many risks or doing things that could cause you harm?
0.
Yeah. How about being super alert or watchful or feeling like you have to be on guard?
That would definitely be like a 4.
Okay. That's where the anxious feelings come in.
Mhm.
Feeling jumpy or easily startled.
Probably like a 3 for that one.
Having difficulty concentrating.
Uh, 3.
What about sleeping? Have you been having trouble falling asleep or staying asleep?
Um, I do have, like I mentioned, the dreams. Those aren't all the time, but they are difficult. So I would probably say like a 3.
A three?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we completed it. So how are you feeling? Did any of those questions make you feel anxious in this moment or uncomfortable?
Um, it definitely like there was a little bit of anxiety, but I think I want help more than I want to let that, get in my way right now.
Right, right. And that's so strong of you already to have that feeling of anxiousness, but to put more effort into getting help to to help change that. So that's awesome. Okay. Um, so as far as our meeting for the future, would you prefer to do bi-weekly or weekly sessions?
Bi-weekly is okay. It fits in my
Bi-weekly.
schedule better.
Okay, awesome. So I will schedule to meet with you 2 weeks from now. In between that, just if you get those anxious feelings brought up, try to do that grounding technique that we spoke about. And let me know how that works for you because we can always switch things up to personalize it for you and whatever works best for you.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. All right. So I'll see you next time.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.